Is it working? I think we're back. I hope we're back. Okay, my headphones are going back on. Let's get back to streaming. Yeah, I think the heat is just going for my PC. I mean, it's not overheating or anything, but I don't know. It's been on all day. 1 second. Dark mode. Okay, what I'm gonna do, rather than messing with that background, clearly it doesn't like me doing stuff like that when I'm streaming, so I am going to focus on doing other stuff instead. But now I've lost all of the screenshots. Oh no, I'm not, it's fine. Okay, let's do the background. Hey Rob! Sorry about that. The stream was going too well. That's actually the first time that's happened before. I've never had Clip Studio and OBS crash on me at the same time. Kinda weird. Saying that though, I feel like the more that my streams crash and stuff, I'm able to know what to do quicker, as in like how to fix the stream, because before, I think like the very first time my stream crashed years ago, months ago even, I was panicking because I didn't know what to press and I was like, oh no, I feel like such an idiot, and now I'm just like, you know what, it's just a part of streaming. You're gonna crash at some point. You're gonna get bad stuff happen. It happens. It's what streaming. The risk of streaming is looking like an idiot, and you just have to kind of take it gracefully. Like for every bad stream that I've had, I've probably had about like 8 good streams to replace the bad streams, so it's not bad. But I do think in the future that I will have to do the thing a lot of streamers do, where they have one PC for playing games or running big programs on, and their other PC is for the actual streaming for OBS. So if my program crashes, it doesn't crash my entire computer, you know? The stream doesn't shut down. So now I've got 2 versions of this art, so I need to remember to not work on the old one, or the new one that I made anyway. Because I'm actually using the first original one. It looks okay, it doesn't look like anything got messed up, I hope. Okay, so it must have... The last save I done was before I duplicated this layer, so I didn't lose a lot, thankfully. The background is going to be darker. That happens. Yeah, I don't know if you guys see me mention it on my Blue Sky, but it was this month or last month, I was doing lettering work for the Sonic Fan Fest convention. They had like an issue of Sonic the Comic that was made for the convention specifically, and I jumped on to do lettering on one of the strips. It's actually the first time ever that somebody said, "Hey, can you do the lettering on my comic?" And it was really enjoyable because I'm so used to like lettering my own comics, and it's not that it's an afterthought, but I always feel like people don't really care too much about my lettering, but it was nice to do it and it be like appreciated as a thing that I can do, because I tend to just see that as it's just a part of my comic and I have to do it myself. But yeah, I think I seen a printed copy of it, a photograph, and my lettering turned out pretty decent, and that's actually good to know because the settings that I used on the comic were the exact same ones that I'm using on my comic, Engelbaum. So when it goes to print, I now know that the font I'm using and the bubble borders and stuff will actually be a decent size now, which is good. Because I don't want to get like 3 chapters in and then find out that my font looks rubbish. But my font is actually pretty good anyway. I use Anime Ace BB 3BB. I used to use the first version of Anime Ace, but Anime Ace is a pretty good font. I think I used to use what is it called? Manga Temple, I think. And there was another font I used to use years ago. I think it was called Zio or something, or Zud or something. I do have a confession though. I do remember years ago one of the first comics that I lettered digitally. I used Comic Sans. I'm ashamed to say I use Comic Sans, but we all do that sometimes. I seen the word comic in it and I thought, oh, this must be the font that everyone uses to do their comics with. Alas, it was not. I think that was actually before I understood that lettering is supposed to be on a separate layer, it's not supposed to be like actually part of your artwork. But yeah, lettering is absolutely an art. Like typography and stuff is just really hard to do. Like, I don't think designers and letterers get enough credit, to be honest. Because you know what, you can have a really nice looking cover, or you can have really nice sequential art inside a comic, but if someone does really lousy lettering, it lets the rest of the comic down. I can't remember, what was it again? Years ago, people would use, for an example, I think it was the Twilight comics, the official Twilight comics. They done like speech bubbles that were like perfect circles, and they made them semi-transparent, and none of the fonts worked at all. They were really hard to read and stuff, and the art was fine, but the lettering was bad. And people would use it as an example of what not to do in comics for lettering. So if you ever want to see lettering that could have been done better, check out the Twilight scans, the comics. I'm not sure, like, no shade to the person who done it, but lettering is a learning curve, and it feels like maybe they didn't like get any feedback before they printed it. But yeah, I can't really talk because I've done some really bad lettering in my time. It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve, and this curve here is actually supposed to be slightly squint, so I'm not gonna not gonna fuss over it. What is that line? What is this? I think one of my favorite, like one of the comics that I appreciate lettering a lot was Adam Warren's comics that he would do, like Empowered and Gen 13 and stuff. He would do all the, like, I presume it's his writing, maybe he's got a separate letterer, but he would just use his handwriting. And I actually, let me show you something. Like, say this is the speech bubble, maybe text. So he would have his handwriting, but then it was like, it looked like it was done in really hard pencil, and he would just do that under words and stuff and do like expressive stuff, like drawn stuff, not typed stuff, in his speech bubbles, and I kind of like ended up using that myself. Like I end up underlining things or putting like sweat marks and stuff in my speech bubbles, and that's definitely an Adam Warren thing. Like if you check out Adam Warren's comics, the line work is nuts. I think one of my most influential comics when I was younger, not super young, like maybe in my early 20s, was when I went to America and I went to a comic book store, the first time I'd ever been to like a proper comic book store, and I just grabbed like any comics that looked nice on the cover, and Adam Warren, I'd never seen any of his he done like the official Dirty Pair comics and stuff, and he's like really famous for being a Western artist that was allowed to work on big Japanese comics. Like he's really like respected over there for his work. I picked up this one comic called Magical Drama Girl Roxy or something, and he didn't do the colouring for it, but he done the line art for it, and the colouring by another artist whose name I unfortunately can't remember right now was so good. And when I seen how bold the colours were and how bright they were and stuff, I was like, I want to be able to colour like that in comics. And I think I like used that as a basis in my head of the kind of style that I want to go for. It's like cel shaded but really sparkly. Like whoever done the colours done such nice sparkles as well. Because it was supposed to be like a piss take on a Sailor Moon or like typical magical girl story, but it was like a satire, and it just had really nice black bold inking lines with like lots of like usual sort of like manga speed lines and expressive stuff, but the colours were just so bright. And at that point I hadn't seen any colour, I hadn't seen any manga that were in colour, just black and white. So when I seen that I was like, wow. I still have it somewhere. I think I have it in storage, but yeah, Magical Girl Roxy was like one of my favourite comics. I think it was just like a little series. It was like maybe 4 issues or something. It was like a spin-off thing. Like I'm not sure what comic the characters come from, but he reused some of the characters from that in his other stuff that he does as well. But yeah, I really like Adam Warren's Empowered comics. I've got like a bunch of the books, but I couldn't find one of them and I fell off for a while, but I want to reread them all and get back into his work again, because the amount of work he puts out is bonkers. Where am I? Let's color all this in that color. Yeah, I'm sure I had a point to this entire conversation. It was about lettering the Sonic comic. The artists that were on it were really good as well. Some of my friends are just like amazing artists, so I'm just like really happy that I got to do lettering for their comic. But it was nice because it's sort of like a fan continuation of Fleetway. When I was a kid, like my main dream wasn't to work for Sega, it was to work for Fleetway, Sonic the Comic, back in the day. So it feels a little bit like... a little bit circular is what... not circular. Sort of like bittersweet in a way is what I'm trying to say. I still wish that Fleetway would like make a comeback, or have like a big printed collection of all of the issues, because there's a bunch of them that I missed that I didn't even get to read. I know that there's a fan scanning project happening right now. It's like really high resolution versions of Fleetway that are getting uploaded using A3 scanners, so it doesn't clip any of the edges off and stuff. I'm scared to mess with this checkered layer in case it does anything else. I'll just put it to full brightness, or actually maybe a little bit darker. Yeah, that's actually a point. They didn't ever have shadow in Fleetway, did they? Because they done, the last strip was Sonic Adventure 1. BRB, 1 second, I just need to fix something. And I'm back. I just had to check Lumia wasn't being weird. Ooh, hello, Rainy Stoja! Good to see you. You missed the PC crashing this stream. What is this weird line, this weird border? I don't know why this is here. Well, we hope they're working better now. Jinx it. Tonight we're all just complaining about the temperature and how humid it is in the UK currently. That's probably why my PC crashed. I'm just trying to remember what's what here. Turn all my layers back on. Find one of those layers again that makes no sense. What is this? Okay, what was that? Oh, okay. It's the shiny bits in her eyes. Right. That. Oh, I love tiramisu. Tiramisu is like one of my favorite things. I used to hate it when I was a kid because I didn't like the coffee flavor, but I love the there's a restaurant near me that does the best tiramisu. It's so nice. They give you a doorstop wedge of tiramisu. And it's so nice when it's cold as well. Oh. It's 11:30 and I'm craving cake. Oh. Can you get tiramisu ice cream? Like actual, I suppose it's like coffee flavor, coffee liqueur flavor ice cream. Ooh, it exists. That's good to know. This song always makes me think of No Man's Sky, and I'm still really annoyed that when I tried to do my No Man's Sky stream, my PC just didn't want to cooperate. I've still not actually tried to fix my gaming streams yet because I've just been so busy with homework this week. But I've got a week off coming up. Well, a week off from school anyway. So I'll try and get that sorted then. Right, what do I want to draw next? I'm going to do this here. Yeah, everything is just kind of like messy just now. I want the picture to be kind of like very autumn-ish, very like golds and oranges, and I want to have like the sun setting in the background, and I want to have lots of leaves falling down off of this. Yeah, these trees. I seen this tree and I was like, I must draw this tree. It looks like my kind of thing. It's a tree and it's shiny. So I want to have the leaves falling down, so she's kicking up like lots of gold leaves. So there'll be lots of like dusty gold and stuff. It's going to be pretty. Originally this was just supposed to... This is actually the first time I drew TRiP. Her unmasked version. I started it the same week the game was released, and then I lost the image when my PC died, and I found it. I either sent it to an email to myself or it was attached to something else, and by chance I still had it, and I was so happy because I thought that I'd completely lost this entire drawing, and I really didn't have the heart to start again. So when I found it, I was like, yes. Right, so what was I going to do? I'm going to turn that off. Turn this off. Turn off the rough highlights. These. You know, I'm looking at these and I'm like, I know they're supposed to be like little shields type things, but upside down they look like the nicest manicure ever. Someone should make this as like press-on kit or something. Right, so there are like, I'm trying to think of the shape in my head. Okay, so it's like a square. I think of a squared off nail. Right. Actually, it should be smaller. I could probably just like make it into a brush and drag it down, but I've never actually made my own brushes before in Clip Studio. I'm not entirely sure how to do it, but I'm sure it's easy enough. But sorry, 1 second, my phone is going off. I'm still not really used to my WhatsApp going off because I don't really use it much. But since I started school, we have to use it for group chats and stuff. Yeah, one of the things I like drawing is like really small decorative things. I think it's just something that I enjoy doing from when I used to do a lot of traditional art. This is just rough, so I can figure out where I'm gonna be inking. Tomorrow I have to do the next bunch of thumbnails for Engelbaum, because I've reached the point in the script where there's stuff that I've not actually developed yet, and I'm like, oh shit. So it's just sort of just crept up on me, and I'm at those pages now, so I have to figure out a few things. I keep forgetting that people who are not on my Patreon haven't read any of chapter 3 yet. Sorry, chapter 4. I think I showed off a bunch of drafts from chapter 3 on Blue Sky and stuff, but there's some parts in chapter 4 so far that were like really good. one of them made me cry when I was working on it, so I'm really looking forward to actually doing the proper pages for the website and stuff. Because a lot of webcomics is basically planning for years and years and years, and then you finally get to show off something that in your head you've been wanting to show off for like 5-6 years, and it's stuff that you wish you could talk about straight away, but you have to build up to it, otherwise it doesn't have the same impact. I mean, I would love to just like spoiler so much of my own comic, but I know that if I do, people won't enjoy it as much, so when I get the chance to actually get to the sections that are like profound, it just makes me happy. And I know that like not everybody's gonna get it the same as me. People like different things, but I always get like a few people DM me or whatever and say, oh my god, that's happened, this has happened, or wow, like when people give me their theories, it makes me so happy, because it's like, wow, you're really paying attention, you know. Trying to figure out if that's in the middle or at the end. Okay, it's at where the edge is here. I just want to draw my bad guys. I want to get to the point in the comic where all the antagonists are there. Because I have like the ultimate Tumblr sexy man. If Tumblr doesn't end up liking my antagonist, I'll be quite surprised. And there won't be any shipping wars, because I'm quite happy for people to ship people with whoever they want, as long as it's legal, you know? It's like, I'm happy for fans to get invested in my characters and like want to pair them up with each other. I think that's cool. Okay, cool. This is starting to take form a little bit. Okay, so that's supposed to be like, hang on. I'm trying to figure out if these little dots here are supposed to be glitter, or are they studs? I think they're glitter, aren't they? Because there's glitter here. I think it's supposed to just be like dinged bits of gold. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'll count them and give them sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I thought they were studs as well, but they're... I think it's just because they've copy-pasted it. It's just like with the same tile, but the sparkles are baked into it, so it's just like Sparkles and all over him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. I know there aren't any lines on the one in-game, but I just like adding unnecessary lines to things to make it look more like visually interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My PNGTuber looks like they're singing, they're like dancing. I'm not entirely sure what's setting them off. I'm hoping it's not like some scary shit going on in the background in the garden or something. Foxes screaming at each other. We do get that quite a lot. If you ever hear anything weird in the background of my streams that sounds like someone's being murdered, it's actually just foxes screaming at each other. I went into my kitchen last night and I think there was like a fox somewhere in one of the alleyways and it echoed, it just let out the scream. I was like, oh, what is that? I will actually like tidy these up. I'm probably just gonna like make one and just duplicate it a bunch. Even though I just dissed this saying that that's what they've done. Just copying the source material. I think actually the reason I saved this is because I wanted to do this nice thing here in the corner. I might add that to one of the platforms or something. So yeah, you mentioned Canada earlier, and it just reminded me, one of my neighbors has recently just like relocated their entire family to Canada. And Canada, I was just thinking, like, Canada's somewhere I've always wanted to visit. It's always seemed to me like a bigger version of Scotland. I've always like compared England and Scotland to America and Canada. I always get asked if I'm Canadian. It's really strange, but it's fun. I don't know. People think my accent sounds Canadian. Not sure how, but I get it on more than one occasion now. Way more than one occasion. I would love to go hiking. I keep thinking about it recently that I just want to go somewhere where I can just walk through nature in silence. Yeah, I should probably mention that this here the loop isn't, I don't think, going to be attached to that one, or it's at an angle. That's why these tiles are bigger than those ones. No, I know my perspective is bad, but it's not that. I don't even know why I'm drawing these ones, because the tree's going to be in the way, but... oh well. I'm doing that thing where I don't actually need to be drawing things, but I'm kind of doing it anyway because I need to be able to plan what is behind the tree on the left. Night night, Rob. Thank you for coming along, and thank you so much for the coffee. I appreciate it so much. Have a good sleep. Get lots of rest. So if I just sort of roughly block this in now. I'll be going to bed in a minute as well. I just want to roughly put this down. It's quite funny, I wasn't gonna stream tonight at one point because the weather had just completely drained me today, but I ended up going for 2 hours instead. I feel like I should press my chat buttons because I never get to press them. I always forget. I'm supposed to press them when I'm in chat mode, and I'm like, oh, I never do. Join my Patreon. And here is a list of all my tat in case you want to know what it is that I use to do my art and make my streams, etc. Or it would be if it actually showed up. There you go. ClipStudio EX. I use ClipStudio EX, the very first version of it. I've never updated it. I don't subscribe to it. I own the CD, physical CD. Wow. And I imported it from America. And no, they can never take it away from me. I'm not good with subscriptions. I actually hate subscriptions, like, to programs. It just seems so stupid. What else do I use? Yeah, I use a Huion Kamvas Pro 22 inch, and it has been good apart from the fact that the power cables, like all tablets, are made really badly and eventually it will break. And the Huion 22 apparently breaks after about 3 years, which is less time than a Wacom tablet. I used to have a Wacom 13 HD and that thing lasted for maybe like 5 or 6 years, but when that was broken, it was absolutely broken, and the customer service was absolute garbage for Wacom. I sent it away to be repaired. They sent me a replacement tablet instead of my own tablet, so they gave me an older model of my tablet, and I still have the emails somewhere, but they started like they weren't communicating to each other. They were I was dealing with like 3 or 4 different customer service reps, and all of them were just like saying the opposite to what the other person was saying. And this was before AI, like chatbots and stuff, so nobody was communicating. They sent me the wrong tablet back, and then it just kind of disintegrated underneath. That had a problem where the backing of the tablet would just dissolve after a few years. So I peeled it all off, and I can still get that to work. That's my emergency like backup tablet, but it's really small. And if you even lean on it, the picture cuts out. Whereas this one, the Huion, I had to repair it myself. And it was cheaper to repair it myself by soldering it and fixing all the wires and hot wiring stuff inside and stuff. I had to learn electronics repair. It was £50 compared to the postage would have cost me probably over £100 to send it, so I just done it myself. And it's been fine since. You basically remove one component and after that it never breaks again, because it was sort of like made badly. So you just like avoid that part altogether. And all it means is that you like lose use of a USB port on the side of your tablet, but the screen's massive, and I kind of prefer it to my Wacom, and that was like 3 times the price. So I would still encourage people to get a Huion. I've not tried a XP Pen tablet yet, but I've heard those are good as well. I still want to get a tablet that has an actual computer in it so I can get away from my desk that once in a while. That'd be nice. Right, I'm gonna leave that there for now. Yeah, so this is just like my rough pencils for that background. It'll eventually look pretty cool. Right, I'm going to save that. So yeah, I know it's very rough right now in the background, but you can kind of see what I'm going for, so hopefully next week I'll be able to make more progress on it. Okay, it's time for bed. Thank you so much to everybody who came along today. Sorry for the stream hiccups earlier. Thank you so much for the coffees today. It's been a huge help, and it will be used wisely and for objects of education. I'm going to be doing more streams throughout the week for my patrons, and I'll be doing another stream at the weekends where we work on this again. And hopefully at some point I'll be able to get my gaming streams set up properly so that I can actually play games without my PC crashing. What time is it? It is 11 past. So I will be going to sleep now. Thank you everyone! Have a great night. I hope you survive the humidity. And take care of yourselves. Thank you. Bye bye. Night night.